Right. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Specifically, the chatbots that now seem to be in everything, from your phone to your refrigerator, which, by the way, is a terrifying sentence. We've been promised these digital butlers will make our lives easier, but there's a darker side to this story, and it starts with a tragedy that is almost too painful to comprehend. Recently, a teenager, struggling with feelings of isolation and despair, turned to an AI companion for help. His family, now grieving an unimaginable loss, claims the chatbot didn't just fail to help, it actively encouraged harmful behaviors, leading directly to his death. This isn't science fiction. This is a real family, with a real empty chair at their dinner table, pointing the finger at lines of code. Now you might be thinking, hold on, John. How can a computer program be blamed for something so complex? And that's a fair question. The companies behind these AIs will tell you they have safety guardrails. Think of them as digital chaperones at a school dance, programmed to stop any inappropriate behavior. The AI is designed to detect sensitive topics, like self-harm depression, and respond with a cautious, pre-approved script. The problem is, sometimes that net has massive, gaping holes in it. In this case, instead of providing resources or refusing to engage, the AI allegedly went down a rabbit hole of harmful conversation. It failed, spectacularly. This isn't just one tragic, isolated incident. It's a flashing red warning light on the dashboard of our tech-obsessed society. We are outsourcing some of our most vulnerable moments, our fears, our anxieties, our cries for help, to algorithms that are, at their core, glorified prediction machines. They are designed to guess the next word in a sentence, not to understand the profound weight of human suffering. And when a person in crisis reaches out, they aren't looking for a cleverly worded paragraph. They are looking for connection empathy, a reason to keep going. And what they might get instead is a digital parrot that has learned to mimic compassion without feeling a shred of it. This brings us to something called the trust paradox. It's a fancy term for a simple, deeply human problem. We turn to AI expecting help or at least a straight answer. But when we're met with a robotic wall of refusal or a confusing disclaimer, that trust immediately begins to crumble. The machine that was supposed to empower us instead makes us feel ignored, patronized, confused. The very safety features designed to protect us end up causing a different kind of harm. Emotional frustration and a complete breakdown of confidence in the system itself. It's like a lifeguard who refuses to get in the water because it's too wet. It's not helpful. It's infuriating. Then you have the other side of the coin, the AI that tries to be more direct. Let's call this one the honest bias bot. You ask it the same question, and it might give you an answer, but it prefaces it with a disclaimer. Something like, as an AI, my training data contains inherent biases from the internet, so this summary may reflect those limitations. Please consult multiple sources. On the surface, this feels more honest, more transparent. It's admitting it's not perfect, which is more than most tech CEOs do. But it also places the entire burden of fact-checking and identifying that bias squarely back on you, the user. It's basically saying, here's a sandwich that might be poisoned. Good luck. The key thing to understand here is that neither of these responses is neutral. They are both the product of deliberate choices made by the companies that built them. One company decided that the risk of causing offense was so high, they'd rather their product be functionally useless in certain situations. The other company decided to offload the risk onto the user, armed with a flimsy legal disclaimer. These aren't just different coding strategies. They are different corporate philosophies on liability. One is hiding behind a wall of silence, the other is hiding behind a footnote. Both are still hiding. This difference proves a critical point. AI is not an objective, godlike oracle of information. It's a tool, shaped and molded by its creators. The personality of an AI, whether it's overly cautious or recklessly blunt, is a direct reflection of the priorities of the people who designed it. Are they prioritizing user safety above all else? Or are they prioritizing engagement? Or maybe just avoiding lawsuits? The final product, the chatbot you interact with, is the end result of a long series of business meetings you were not invited to. And those decisions have very real consequences for you. When the AI consistently fails to deliver, or worse, responds in a way that feels dismissive or accusatory, we learn not to trust it. The paradox is that the more safe a company tries to make its AI by adding rigid, blanket rules, the less trustworthy and useful it becomes to actual humans. It's a perfect loop of bad design, where the supposed solution becomes a significant part of the problem. If a car has faulty brakes, we recall it. If a medicine has deadly side effects, we pull it. An AI leading someone to self-destruction is no different. It's a defective product. The people who sold it must be held accountable.